Hi, John. It was so great to speak with you today. I have set up your instructor resource site, and you would go to Cengage.com and you would go over here to sign in, and your login is your school email address, and welcome with the number 1 is your password, and it should be capitalized welcome. I'm putting it up here so you can see it, and the number 1. So I'm going to sign in right now. And now I'm in your instructor resource site. So I added just a couple things onto your bookshelf because you have several books on the way, but I wanted just to give you a really quick introduction to MindTap. So I put MindTap on your bookshelf, and I also added the Del Mar training simulation. So I'm going to click on Electricity MindTap for you. So right here is where students would log in, and it has the entire book on here, and it is in folders. But you can set this up any way you want. Our training specialist, digital specialist Cindy Bridges, can help you as far as training with MindTap, but I just want to give you a really brief introduction. So right here, if you wanted this based on weeks, units, modules, you can change that. You can change the order of the textbook. You can do that as well. The great thing about MindTap is a lot of the tests and quizzes are already in here. There's some simulations in here as well. Also, you have the ability to add or remove things in MindTap. So basically how it starts out, it gives students a general overview of what's going to be discussed. So you can see right here, it gives you a reading assignment, a video, and an activity, and a simulation quiz. So, and that's just lets the students know, okay, what will we be learning? So, right here, I'll let you, when you have a chance to look at the instructor resource site, you can get in there and kind of look at the videos and animations. Let me just click on it. So it has introduction, meters, testing, electrical shocks. So this will be really good in the classroom as well as students wanting to look at this stuff at home for extra reinforcement. And so I'm going to click on Unit 1, and I'm going to show you some of the great features about MindTap. So one of my favorite features about MindTap is the interactive reading. So basically, students can actually have the textbook read to them. So I'll let you hear it really quick.
Early history of electricity. Although the practical use of
So
electricity.
The great thing about this is students can actually read it themselves. They can listen to this over and over, and any word on this page, they can have read to them. So if they don't know what the word is or how to pronounce it, they can have that read to them, and they can also look it up in the dictionary. Another great feature is you can highlight anything in here, and if you as the instructor want to share this with your students, you would select the orange button, and now this can be shared with your students. Students can also highlight. You can also take notes. This will be on the test, or students can take notes on their end and add that. So you can share that with your students as well. Any word on this page, we have flashcards already pre-populated, but students can select their own flashcards. You can also incorporate quizzes inside the body of MindTap. That way you can make sure if students are actually reading. And they can bookmark a page, they can make the words bigger or smaller, depending on the student's preference. You can also add videos here. You would just press the plus here. Inside of MindTap, you can add a video in here. You can add an RSS feed. You can add your own content. You can also add this in MindTap as well, so that if you in the body of MindTap, not necessarily in the textbook. So here we did the reading. It has a practice quiz, so students can practice. Again, it has some videos and animations. It has an activity in here. So I'll just show you briefly one of the tests. Oh, it has a flashcards. They can shuffle it, and you can make games out of that. Some of the activities are more interactive than that. It just depends on the actual textbook and the activity associated with. So here's a post-test. So then students can put this in, and it takes it to the Dropbox. You also have a grade book that you can use for this course to track people. So inside the grade book, you have right here, it will tell you, let me view a sample report here. So basically, give me 1 second. You'll have a bigger overview so you can see how students are performing on the test. You can see what you might want to add, like if you want to incorporate more assignments, you'll get analytics. How much time are students spending in the course? So let me drill down here. You'll see you can select the student. Let's say one student spending 79%, 12 hours and 18 logins. Students as well can see how much time other students, not by name, but how much time other students are spending in the course and what their average is. So if they have low engagement, it will say low engagement, and they'll see that, oh wow, 50% of the class has very high engagements. Maybe I need to do something different. You also have access to time in the course. So let me scoot this up here. It'll show you time in the course and activities accessed. So this gives you a really good overview. Are students reading? Are they completing their assignments? What are they having problems with? And also for accreditation purposes. And you can have this Mind Tap for if something happens. Let's say it's a snow day and students can't get to class. Well, now they can get to class because there's no reason why they can't complete their assignments, because they just log in and they can do it. This can also, I know you said you're going to have about 4 instructors. You can copy this, set up a master course, and they can copy your course. And now all the adjuncts that you hire, you can make sure that they complete all the objectives that you want them to complete, so you have complete control. So there's a lot of different options. I just want to show you really quick the app doc. So over here is the Student Study Hub. And if you click on the Study Hub, they can create their own study guide. And you notice when I said, here, I'm going to select Chapter 1, where it said Shared Notes, My Shared Highlights. So these are the notes that you shared with your students. And I can select all this, and I can create my first study guide. Study Guide 1. So I'm going to add it to my unit. So now within this will keep all my bookmarks and anything else, and you can also print this. So this is really beneficial. So you get this, the textbook, and the Mind Tap if that's something you would like to bundle. And real quick, and several of the books that I sent you do have the Mind Tap in that, and I think you really find that it's pretty engaging. Another real quick thing I wanted to mention is it does have a capability. It has an app on phones or iPads or any other device that they can download, and they'll have access to Mind Tap. And now the Mind Tap Reader is also downloadable, so they can access the Mind Tap Reader offline. And so they can read the assignments offline, which is great feature. So right here is your online simulation that I discussed. So hold on one second. I'm going to just show you how it works.
Let's take a look at each section in depth. First is Circuit Basics, which is broken up into 6 core sections: safety, troubleshooting, basic circuits, series and parallel circuits in depth, motors, and motor components. Each section breaks down into more detail with a dashboard, with a lesson overview, with start here, and a launch. On the bottom is a status indicator of how well the user is progressing in this particular module. Let's launch the simulation. Each module has a number of different related scenes that can help the user understand the key principles behind the related topic. For example, the multimeter has a normal winding, also has an open winding and a shorted winding. If we change to the grounded winding, you can see that the winding is grounded here, and tutorial and other aspects of the diagram will fit to that configuration. Let's go back to the normal setting though. The diagram is highly interactive. On the left-hand side, we have a user control panel where we can turn the system on and off and also manipulate the ambient temperature setting. The yellow and blue animation represent L1 and L2 and give a very powerful visual understanding of how electricity and voltage are flowing through the system. We can take out our multimeter and measure voltage across any of the components. Let's do that right now. I'm going to change it to the voltage setting, voltage AC setting. We're going to place our probes across the contactor coil. You can see we have 240 volts.
So I just wanted to give you a brief overview of the simulation. You are free to kind of look at it yourself. I added it to your bookshelf, so whenever you get a chance, just let me know what your thoughts are, and I look forward to hearing from you shortly. Please let me know when you receive your review copies. Thanks so much and have a great day.